Flosstube, it's Lisa Smith, Kindred Stitcher. Today is September 20th, and this is Flosstube 55. I hope you're having a great day. And every time I do an intro, I always think of Annie, Joyfeld Stitcher, because she starts off with, "Hello, my Flosstube friends. It's time for another episode." So every time I watch her video, I just smile because she is joy-filled. And every time I hear somebody say, "Hello, Flosstube," that earworm gets in my head, and I always think about her intro. So, hello, my Flosstube friends. It's the day after my anniversary. My husband and I have been married 28 years, which is kind of weird because I'm only 35. But, you know, in my brain anyway. My husband and I play a game every year. Who can remember the anniversary first? And there have been years when we're laying in bed and one of us remembers suddenly because we just don't keep track of it very well. But it's an ongoing game. And some years I will call my mom ahead of time and say, "Hey, text me, remind me it's our anniversary." So then I can call my husband and say, "Happy anniversary," before he does. You know, the things you do when you've been married 28 years. So as you can see, I'm back in my craft room. Last video was at my friend Lori Textilist's house, and I apologize. The audio was a little bit low in volume, and I think because whenever you're in a new place and you're trying to get your bearings and you don't want to speak too loudly and interrupt people, or I don't know, that's what I'm going to go with. But I'm back home, and I was at Lori's for a bit. There are the wildfires are going on down there, and it's a hot mess. I'm from Southern Oregon, and there are a couple of towns that burned down. One had a school that was in my conference, so we went over there for games, sports games, and so it was sad. It was very sad. And then Audrey Stitchywitch 42 and Olivia Pumpkin Hollow Quilts are in the central Willamette Valley, and my sister and my mom all live fairly close to where the fires were happening, and they were in level 2, which is get ready to evacuate. You don't have to evacuate yet, but be ready. So, I mean, I'm talking to my mom, and she's putting stuff in the car. You know, what do you want? What should I put in there? She's got photos and all these things, you know, and it's just, it's tough. It's tough. So I have a friend I used to work with. She lost her house, and it was the oddest thing. So we have fires every year. And here's the hard thing is that 150 years ago, before we settled this area of the world, Native Americans would burn the forests undergrowth every year. So that would rid the fuel of the off the ground, and it managed the forests. And we haven't done that in some areas for that long. So you can imagine all of the debris that's piled up and how much more fuel there is. So I don't know if forest management will change after this or not. But when we had the wind event on Labor Day, it was like a hurricane that came through. And the way I explain it is, it's like Satan opened the gates of hell and took the biggest bellows you can imagine, just started puffing, gusting winds, and it just lifted that fire up, and it took off super fast. So there were people who couldn't get out in time. There were people who, it was just terrible. So that's enough about that. Doomsday life event. The good news is we've had rain. That level readiness, evacuation readiness, has dropped down to a 1, so people don't have to leave. And my heart goes out to the people who are adversely affected by it. There's that. What else? So Lori got me hooked on this YouTube channel called The Makeover Guy. Do you guys watch that? He does like a clip of women, usually it's middle-aged women, who come in with a desire to have a change, and they look completely different when they're done. And it's really like a 1-minute video clip. The guy is really awesome. Maybe he has quite a personality. I really enjoy watching him. But the women before and after was really what you see. It's incredible. So I've been watching that channel. I've been watching another channel called The Money Guy. And there are a couple of money investors, especially because as we look forward to retirement, sort of looking, are you on track for retirement? What are the things you can do between now and when you retire? They talk about retirement investing for the different phases of your life, and there's a lot of different videos. I just watched a couple of them, but if you're interested in something like that, that's a good channel to watch. What else? So I've got stuff piled up here as per usual. Every time, right? It would be a shock if I didn't. If I had like 3 things on here, you'd be like, Lisa, are you sick? No. I have shout outs. I got shout outs because last time I remembered 2 and I forgot my list. So here are shout outs based on the last few months, and I have more, I'm sure, but this is what I had written down. The Silver Scissor, that's Elizabeth. Her LNS is Shepherd's Bush, and I saw some Blackbird designs. I think maybe Prairie Schoolers that she was stitching also. And I'll link all these people below. Jenna Fortner, I think is the name. She has a few videos. She is a scrapbooker, so she has some scrapbooking videos. She was stitching some Country Cottage Needleworks and Little House Needleworks. Lovely Stitches, Lydia. She has samplers, and I think she's not from America, if I remember. She's in another country. Sherry Price, she has some excellent finishes. So if you like Java Girl stitches or Priscilla and Chelsea, that type of finishing, she has some of those. Needle Love Studio, Melissa, she is stitching By the Bay Needle Arts, By the Bay. And she was also stitching Lady of the Flag by Mirabilia. Floss Toss, Rachel and Sue, they're knitters. One of them showed Blackbird Designs Away We Ride, and it was a finish in their last video. Missouri Stitches, she does more, her name is Mindy, and she does more of a vlog style. She has, I think, 4 videos up. Cross My Stitches. Now Jackie's been around for a while. She has 50 videos, and she has a variety of projects. I think I might have watched her before, but I for some reason it came up on my channel and I hadn't subscribed, so I subscribed to her. From the Heart Needle Art, Wendy, she's a designer, and she showed some Tilda fabric, the new line, which is, I can't wait to get it. It's gorgeous. It's called Maple Valley Farm, Maple Farm. She has a gorgeous finish. It's a sampler with roses on it. It's gorgeous. Daisy K's Primitives. So I've watched a few of her videos. She has primitive style in her house. Sort of reminds me of Valerie Stitching in the Barn when she did the kind of tour of the house of her friend that had all the samplers on the wall. That style of primitive. And she does show quite a few samplers too. Mama Loves You GB, Michelle. It took me a while to find her. So I know Brenda and Laura from Brenda the Serial Starter, they shouted her out last week or the week before. So I checked her out. She's funny. I like her. And she's got some samplers as well. So, several of these people have that style samplers, but some people have other things, and I enjoy watching just a variety of different stitching styles. Jean Farish Needleworks. So Jean has been around a really long time. She is an established teacher. She does cruises that are stitching cruises and other retreats. But she's very good about talking about the technical pieces. She comes from a teaching perspective. By the way, if anything has taught me in this pandemic, the 2 most important people in my life, in your life, and everyone's life are hairstylists and teachers. They are the most important people. And how do you find out? Well, when you've ever had to cut your hair or teach your children, you find out that those 2 people are very important in your life. And then the next one is Difference Maker, Nan Pope. She was showing a Waxing Moon Christmas. She had quite a few Christmas projects, I think, in her videos too. So I'll link all these people below. There's more that I watched. It's hard to shout everyone out because every time you put Flosstube #1 in, there's like 100 new people making videos, which is awesome. It's fantastic. So I worked on my regular rotation. If you watch my last video, I talked about having basically a weekly alternating rotation. And that's been new to me for the last couple months. I find that this is really my groove. So working on a project for a week, and if I'm tiring of that project, just making a smaller goal and then working on something else helps me continue making progress. So I had finished G Leger, and I sent that to Total Framing because they have a sale going on right now. 50% off your custom frame or 33% off the entire project, whichever is better. They always give you the better deal. And I think that's going on. They've either extended it or renewed that sale toward the end of April. You might be able to go on their website and see if they give you an end date. So I worked on, after I finished G Leger, I can't remember if it was last video or the video before. This is my brunette. This is English Garden by Samplers Not Forgotten. And I finally hit a milestone on this. I got to the top of the sampler, and actually I exceeded my stitching goal this last week. See how long this is? It's really long. I made it to the top though, and I got this one side is done. I'll bring it up a little bit closer for you. In fact, I'm going to do this. That bird, isn't that bird hilarious? I just love it. And then I got to the point where I was so tired of stitching green though. At the top here, I put like a red pear. I think it's Weeks Dye Works. Red pear is the red you're seeing instead of the Oscar. And then on this side, all the flowers are done. So I just have this band, and then there's two more bands here, and then this plaid that goes up. And somebody asked me in the last video, I think it was the last one, is that difficult to stitch? And the answer is no. It's really easy because it's a repeating pattern, and the pattern is easy to follow. So this goes really quickly. I expect next week, this is back on my frame, and I expect that I probably will finish it next week. Maybe I'll send it to Total Framing. We'll see, but I love it. This one's been a joy to stitch, even though the green and the white were starting to kill me for a while. So English Garden. What else do I have here? So I can't remember if I worked at all on Halloween at Hollyberry. This will be my next one that'll step in once I finish English Garden. I will work on this one because I'm halfway or more done with this one. This is stitched on Vintage Wood Smoke by Lakeside. Sorry, you guys. Some of these have so much fabric. I haven't cut it yet. I probably should just cut it. This one I have some substitutions of colors. The blues are really blues. In real life, when you pick the colors for this off the color wall at your LNS, or you order it online, it is a black or a gray black, but the picture shows blues. So I picked blues, and I just absolutely love this. It really pops on this Vintage Wood Smoke by Lakeside. Absolutely love that. And I think I can't remember if I've done some extra. I don't know what I've done since the last time. If not, you're just getting another flash of one of my whips. But it seemed like I worked on it again. I don't know. Then I worked on my blonde, which is the new blonde in town is Winter Rose Manor. Fingers crossed this is released this year. I don't speak for Brenda Gervais, but fingers crossed that it comes out this year. And I know that y'all are wanting it, but this is where I am. I'm stitching this on 40 count fresco by Picture This Plus. And you really can't see, it has just a very, very slight greenish, and there's no pink really in it, but it's neutrals, obviously. Last time I had a little bit of this done and this. So I've stitched quite a bit on it this week. That cardinal just, love it. in the little flowers. So Brenda just really has a way with color. And I think that is one of the things that attracts me to her designs. That and composition. So this is wood rose. And in real life, it was just kind of peachy until I put the conch, which is this color of the house, next to it. And then it sort of mellowed that out a little bit. But I was testing out a different color, Jakey Brown. And Lori and I were chatting about it. And I said, I just can't decide if I want to use the wood rose or the Jakey Brown. And she said, well, just leave it because flowers are like that, right? They're not all exactly the same color. Sometimes you get variegation in your flowers. So I thought that is true. So I left it that way. I didn't rip anything out. And as I move up, this is the female cardinal. The male sits on top of these flowers. So I might work a little bit on the border tonight before I put this away for the week. And then next week I will work on more of the border on both sides and building the second story of the house. So, it's a lovely design. There is, the basket is also just, there's a second sheet with just the basket, the bird. And I plan to stitch that as well. Okay, we're going quick today after the hour-long video last time. Just a reminder from my previous giveaway, this book here, So Necessary, the winner was Linda Meeks. And Linda, I hadn't gone back and commented on your comment, so I just did that today. If you're watching the video, if I don't hear from you by the next giveaway, I will redraw this. I'm sorry, by the next video, I will redraw this. And the same goes for Acorn Hollow. The winner was Julie Connell. Julie, I did go and comment on your comment, and hopefully you see that. If I don't hear from you, I will redraw this at the next video. And this was the last one, the Leisure Arts. Don't you love Leisure Arts? I mean, this is so, I have so many of these books. I love them. I have a Santa book that I really want to start a couple of them in there. The winner of this was Rebecca Sherman. And I'll just put a quick clip on here of the draw for the winner. The winner of the Angel book is Rebecca Sherman. Rebecca writes, "You are an angel for answering all of our questions. It was really so fun to get to know you better. Wished you lived closer so I could learn from you how to stitch new stitches and your secrets to a beautiful, beautiful piece." Oh, how nice. Thank you, Rebecca. I really appreciate that. So thank you so much for everyone's interest in this one. They're cute. Very sweet. I have... What else do we have? I have more stuff because, you know, I'm trying to clean house a little bit. Yesterday, I was in my craft room and it was a complete and total disaster. So I spent half the day working on cleaning my mess up. And then I did an FFO of a gift for a friend. And then I kind of went through some charts and I did some organization. I got my label maker out. And I just bought some chipboard at a craft store and cut the chipboard into lengths and put the samplers or my patterns are they're in these kind of, I guess they're just in the kitchen section of the store or in the storage solution section. And then God bless label makers, right? They're like the best thing. So I was, trying to figure out how to peel the back off. And as I was fumbling around, I thought it's got to be easier than this. And sure enough, you just push it in half and then half of the back comes off. And it only took me about 15 minutes of frustration to figure that out. But I did, finally did. But I had fun working on this yesterday and I'm going to get more of these. And this is all Blackbird fabric, project bags, mirrors. There's more samplers up here. So I need to go through this one and add some more labels. But I thought that works for me pretty well. Everybody's got different styles, right? So I've got a haul, surprise, and I also have some more things to give away. This one is a compilation of variety of people. There is Twisted Threads, You and I and Friends. This is called, this is Twisted Threads. Black Sheep Redo. I don't know. But here's all the things that are on here. This is really cute. I thought that's adorable. If you would like this particular pattern, this is called, just go ahead and write Black Sheep. I will draw based on that. And then Christmas ornaments. I stitched this one for a gift exchange. These are all adorable. Look at those. Aren't they cute? You can do these on perforated paper, which is what it looks like they did some of these on, or you could just make a pin pillow or a flat fold. There's so many things you could do with this one. There's several projects in it. If you would like this book, 78 cross stitch designs, just go ahead and put ornament. Ornament. Really cute. And then I ran across this beauty. Cross and Patch. It's called Homeward Bound. Isn't that pretty? Now I've done a little bit of pulled thread work before, but that is just stunning. It's like an alpine meadow, and the barn is adorable. Look at the little barn. Isn't that cute? You wouldn't have to do this part down here. You could just bring this border and stitch it underneath there and do this right there. It'd be cute. So if you would like this one, just write Homeward Bound. And then, don't you feel like it should be Thanksgiving like tomorrow? Trilogy lineup. If you like this one, go ahead and write Thanksgiving. I think this was a gift. I think this was a pass the stash. So I'm passing the stash again because I'm not going to get to this one. I have to make some choices these days. And then this one, so I'm sorry, if you would like this one, go ahead and write Thanksgiving. And there is, what is this called? I know Sandra Sullivan, but Homespun Elegance. Jeez. Homespun Elegance, Turkey Time, needle case and scissor fob. Look at how stinking adorable that is. And this has the little charms and buttons. So if you would like this one, just write turkey. Heartstrings, Winterberry Wishes. Sometimes it's hard when there's so many designs on there to look and see what there really is, but look at that Santa. All these Santas are so cute, and that snowman. Adorable. If you would like this heartstrings, just go ahead and put heartstrings. We'll make it easy, heartstrings. Then the last one is this magazine, Stitcher's World. And I want to point out in this one, there are people who are fans of a particular designer. What was his name? Like Dr. Fizberry or something like that. Oh, please. Sorry, this is taking a minute. Oh, yeah. Professor Fizby. I guess these are super collectible, these charts are, and he did a lot of entomology sort of patterns. This one, there's a seashell on it, and it's a nice article on him. I think he's been out of print for a long time, but this has a ladybug pattern from this guy in there. This one right here, this ladybug pattern is in here. So if you would like this particular magazine, just write magazine. There's other stuff in here too. I'm not going to rip the pages out. I'll just go ahead and send the whole thing to you. So there's several things this week that you can enjoy. So if you, I'm not going to ask you to necessarily write something specific. Just write the keyword for the keyword search. And don't say giveaway. I don't care if you subscribe or like or any of that. Just really don't say giveaway because I want it to go to a stitcher. Yeah, so that's it for the giveaways. So haul. I want to say this. There are multiple times in every video, the comments that come out, people crack me up. I hear, your haul is my favorite part of the video. Keep showing the haul. I love the haul. So if you're not a haul lover, I understand. If you are a haul lover, hang around. Some of it's stitching and some of it's not. But I will say this. Priscilla causes me to spend money every single time I watch her video, I think. She showed this, and she had finished one of her Christmas designs, and I think put it in the front. It was at Hobby Lobby. There was one, and it was 40% off. So I bought it. It's adorable. Even if you don't put anything in it, on the front of it, it's so cute the way it is. Although you could be creative and put something in the slot. You could put some flowers, or you could put, like put some paper in the inside and have like a letter halfway hanging out. There's so many things you can do with it. It's super adorable. But I should have a hashtag that said Priscilla made me do it. They're these little pumpkins. All of the people making all the pumpkins and then the tomatoes, this was like $2 for these at Hobby Lobby on sale. Little velvet pumpkins. So if you're making a drum, you can just make a drum and sit one of these on there, and boom, you're halfway done, and it's going to be cheaper than if you make it yourself. Just saying. These, Helen D showed this. I have one, it's just a straight galvanized that she showed a finish where she put it in the top here. I thought that was very clever. And this was 40% off. This one was maybe $5, $4 or $5. But the green really is very seasonal. Lori and I were talking about that. You could use this for just about every season. Same thing for finishing. Lori Mischievous Stitches. She bought these and used them as floss tags. So thank you, Lori. I bought some for me too. And these little charcuterie boards, several people have picked these up at Hobby Lobby. These were like $2 a piece. You cannot buy them. You can't make them yourself. I mean, they're just so cheap. So this one, I might paint one black and distress it, but that's a good deal. So that's sort of my Hobby Lobby fall down the Hobby Lobby hole. I stopped at one of my favorite stores in Chehalis, Washington, which is Sister's Quilt Store. They have bolts and bolts and bolts and bolts of fabric. They don't have lots of displayed finishes because their store is just full of bolts. So I picked up some Halloween stuff, and I intend to make a black and orange quilt, which I have been totally intrigued with. Seen a lot of them on my Instagram feed, but this fabric line I just love. Isn't this fun? I just love it. So much fun. And then I added this one. This was a different fabric line. It's a Moda by Morris. It's called Morris Garden. It looks like it's part of the William Morris line. Sorry about that. But it's black, so it's very dramatic. Yeah, so Halloween feels like it's just around the corner. Let's put this over here and make some space on my table. Then, did I show you this last time? I think I might have. I found some fat quarters on eBay of Blackbird Design fabrics. There's the sampler fabric that they came out with. But this particular line was called At Water's Edge. I don't think I had seen it before. It's got some paisley. And so I'm going to make quilts out of these. I'm not going to make any project bags, most likely. But I went on a hunt for more. And they have all kinds of colorways in these lines. And I found some more. I couldn't believe it, but I found quite a bit more at this one shop. In fact, this is Harvest Home. I think I do like that a lot. And it really, the thing about Blackbird, whether it's cross stitch or quilting, it doesn't matter. Their fabric lines are pretty similar from line to line. There's some that are completely different, but you could really blend a lot of them. So I found more. I found I got a pink, and then this is a really soft green, and then sort of a brown and pink. This one is gorgeous. I know. I thought it was all gone. I can't believe I found any. Brown paisley, and then I think they call this colorway begonia. And then I found quilt backing fabric in the sampler. I could not believe it because that's hard to find. And I found it in this color too. So, you know, they don't make fabric anymore. Blackbird doesn't. So maybe someday they'll change that. Everybody should email them. We need more fabric. Please make more fabric, because they have a way about them that is distinct and beautiful. I picked up one of their other lines, a piece. This is kind of interesting. I'm not sure what to do with this, quite frankly. I might make a project bag out of that or two. We'll see. Haven't decided. And then, what is the gal's name? Primsicle. I'll put it here across the screen because I won't remember. She has a new sales page on Instagram, and I bought a project bag from her last time, but I forgot to show this. I don't know why, because these went super, super fast. Like, I was trying to be pleased any of them to get. I got one. I couldn't believe it. But she did these little, I mean, come on. How adorable is that? Primsicle something studios, designs. Very, very adorable. She put little treats inside, some twill tape and some buttons. Super cute, very talented, nice work. Well made. I really appreciate that. So keep your eye out for her. She's going to have more. She's going to make more of those, she said, because they were really, really popular. What else? I've been naughty. I can't tell you. It depends on how you look at it, but I was good for a little while, and then I wasn't good. I was at Acorns and Threads last weekend, and I just started picking up silks off the silks wall. And I have some ideas. But I love, love, love these colors. Silken colors, beautiful. And Gloriana. Then I also picked up a couple pieces of fabric. Vintage Tundra. And this one is more green than the English Garden Vintage Tundra. But this is like a magical fabric. This changes colors on you. Everyone is a little bit different, but even when I stitch on English Garden, it depends on the time of day, the color seems to change. But I thought about something. My husband's in the garage if you hear some rumbling around out there. I have some ideas with this. We shall see. So I did get a piece of Vintage Tundra, and I got those silks, and I also picked up Vintage Maple Sugar. This one's really pretty. Is this a pinkier one? Kind of a taupish pinkish color. Sort of like shale, but shale's a little more purple. This one's a little bit warmer. Warmer color. And then Vintage Starflower. I don't think I have any of this at all. That's a very, oh, sorry, that just completely flashed you. Completely blew out the screen. Yeah. My camera doesn't like this because it's so light. There we go. Okay. What else have I been doing? I also picked up this one. Isn't this cute? I probably have this in I couldn't remember if I had this in my stash or not. I put it in my cart and took it out of my cart at Acorns and Threads. I finally just bought it. I thought if I have a second one, if it's a duplicate, I'll give it away on my channel. But I really, really like this one. It's very cute. That's called the Stitch Girl Sampler by Chessie and Me. Yeah. And this is another one that I thought, I'm gonna start buying these. You just gotta buy one in a series, and then every time you go shopping at the store, you buy one more, and then it's easy, right? I really like the, this is a whole long sampler that Teresa designed from Kitten Stitcher. This one's called Alphabet, Ginny Bean for the Parlor. I have a long piece of, I think it's vintage lentil that I was going to stitch and they send on, but I think I might stitch this instead, this series. And then here's the brand new Blackbird. It was hot. It was like, I think it's still in the box when we were there, and Janine picked one out for us and made sure that we got our copy. So what else? Oh, this. I love this. I have been looking for this since, well, the last couple of weeks. Ladies Home Journal. This is that, I call it thread jewelry, but it's a floss fob. And this is Summer, what is the name of that designer? Summer Works. Summer House School Stitch Works. Jeez, I'm losing it. She has a series of these Ladies Garden Journal that came out at market, and I hope to buy them one at a time probably, but I wanted to make sure I got the floss fob because it's so pretty. I love it. Janine had, I think, 3 or 4 of these left. If you're looking for these, I couldn't find them online, and it could have been that I just wasn't using the right verbiage to search. So I picked that up from Janine. And what else? Okay, I'm going to show you something that I picked up last time. This was the time before last. I forgot to show you. Janine has a fall open house where she has a book you can buy. It's like $10 or $12. And there's a monthly coupon in the book. So it's a coupon book, right? And it'll either be 20% off fabric or thread, or there's a poker chip month where you draw a poker chip and you get somewhere between 20 to 50% off your order once you've shopped and you're checking out. So you pull the poker chip out. And I specifically went to the store to pick up something I have been looking at for a couple of years. It's been in there. I thought, it's poker chip month. I really didn't have anything else on my list. I don't know that I really even bought anything else when I was there, but I really wanted this. And it's a set of Dovo scissors. It's in this beautiful red case. Red's my favorite color. It has I think they call these lingerie scissors. I think they're a 5-inch blade, and you can cut fabric with that. I use my gingers for the, if I need to cut something really big for sewing. Then these are sort of maybe a 3-inch blade, I would say. And then there's embroidery scissors too. They are a dream. They're a dream to cut with. So I noticed that Teresa Kitten Stitcher had these on her site also in the red. So if you're looking for this and you can't find it, I saw that Teresa had them. I don't know if Janine has any more of this set or if she's going to get any more. She did have a couple of smaller Dovo sets, and I believe Teresa has Dovo scissors also on her site besides this larger 3-set piece. So to me, this is an investment. My first set of good scissors, embroidered scissors, I used for over 20 years. And I didn't realize they're Dovo until I looked at the blade one day. They need to be sharpened. They have cut a lot of things in my life. So, but they've always been really good scissors. So invest in a good pair. I'm not a big scissor hoarder, believe it or not. I have my Ginger, large Gingers I've had for decades. I have a set of pinking scissors, and I have maybe 6 miscellaneous, maybe 6 or 7 little pairs of scissors, but I don't collect them per se. I'm a utilitarian person that way. Extruded Design had a set of silk. I can't remember if I showed you. It seems like maybe I showed you this before, but I can't remember. This is a Halloween set. It's really, I love the colors in this. It's fantastic. And then Teresa, she should just be my personal shopper when it comes to stitching stuff. She has all the red silk, all of the Gloriana red silks you can get. I think you get like basically 11 for the price of 10 is what it works out to be. But if I think about always having a red sampler, here I'll do this, always having a red sampler going, it's going to be fantastic to pick the color red that I want to stitch with. I just have it available. So I fell down that hole. I bought that. What else do we have? I have a few patterns. I think I bought this from Scattered Seed off of her website. This is Scattered Seed, right? Yeah, I think it's Tammy Black. Yep. I think this was a club kit, and I am not in that club, but she released it as a pattern afterward. And I just really like this pattern a lot. Then Teresa had this for sale. I think this was on her Stash for Cats and Dogs page, but you can get this through her too. This is Witch Pumpkin by Brenda Gervais. I could not believe that there was a Halloween Brenda Gervais that I did not already own. But I want to stitch this and finish it the exact same way, because isn't that adorable? And then I blame this on Lori. Lori Textiles was working on this. I think she's got this in her stash. Oh, she's working on a different one, but she has this one. So maybe we'll stitch it together. I don't know. Baba Boo and Bob B. Oh, I've never read that before. Brenda Gervais. The fall sheep with the pulling the pumpkin. Look at that pumpkin. Isn't that not hilarious? And I don't have the patriotic one, or maybe I do. I don't remember. The one with the red flowers. I might have to check that. And I feel like I showed these last time. I don't remember. Yeah, you could just see him again. He did. Priscilla made me do it. Look at him. Does he not? Look at those teeth like chiclets in his mouth. And then the October just trucking along. So cute. Brenda Gervais. This is really pretty. I don't think I'll finish it this way, though. This would be a devil of a finish, you know, that little shaped pillow. But I'm not sure what I'll do with it or how I will. I'm not sure. Haven't decided. You know, I'll probably stitch that thing and try and finish it that way anyway. It feels like I showed this one too. I don't know. The Fleur de Soie. Look at the alphabet on that. I love it. Pineberry Lane, Winifred Clark, 1892. And then Sweet Lovers Love the Spring, Heartstring Samplery. Isn't that cute? Now, I think this is, who showed these? It might have been Linda Spalding on Instagram or Colette. I can't remember. I saw this was stitched on one of their posts, and it was in there under the bed box. So it was stitched, but it wasn't finished. And I died when I saw this. It sort of looks like a blackbird to me. But look at the green and the pink and the red on that black. It's just gorgeous. So I bought that. And then this one, I waited. Teresa had ordered these, but she's got them back in stock again. This was a club kit also. This is 100 Hearts by Samplers Not Forgotten, who is one of my favorite designers now. This is going to be fun to stitch. And then this is my next latest one, I think. Gorgeous. Maybe I'll use those red threads to stitch this. I love this. Love it, love it, love it. Look at that boat. This is Marie Boulet, Bouillet, 1905. Then Quaker Row by Midnight Stitching. Isn't that cute? I know this is crazy, right? And the last one is The Gentle Art, the Winter Tree Sampler. This says, the winter tree resembles me, whose sap lies in the root. The spring draws nigh as it, so I shall bud, I hope, and shoot. I love that. That was an eBay purchase. So the ladies at Twin Peaks Primitives posted a new design called One Nation Under God. And when it came up, I was like, what? Oh my stars. And I would say that this is on par with Teresa Kogat's Land That I Love and Plum Street Samplers, Liberty's Welcome, and Lila Studios' Let Freedom Ring. My printer's out of color, so I got one page, but this is the design. And oh my stars. It's incredible. It is such a beautiful design, and I can't wait to stitch it and put it on my patriotic wall. I think Pam and Steph had this as their weekly promo with a 20% off coupon. So hopefully you had a chance to get that, but it is an amazing chart. Can you imagine even just this? One of these, doing that, or doing the girls together, or doing one of these with one of the girls. Like if you could scale it down, maybe just doing this much and dropping this down and putting it right underneath the flag and making that a small. Wouldn't that be great? You could even put part of this underneath there to complete it. Stunning. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pattern. So I am off to run an errand and to sew some bags and put them up on my Instagram page, which is at Kindred Stitcher Designs. I put some up last night and this morning, and as soon as I would post one, they would sell. So thank you for your patronage, for all the people who bought bags. And let's see what else. I should be back on in a couple of weeks. Nothing super exciting happening in the future other than more project bags. Oh, I'm going to the coast with my husband next weekend to see my mother-in-law and help her with some yard work. One of my kids is visiting right now, and sort of the same old, but I hope where you are, it is, you're in a good place and you're safe and you're happy and you get to enjoy all the stitching that you want. We'll see you all next time.